What's up, scholars and scientists? Welcome back. This is going to be lecture 3.3, Dimensional Analysis through Mr. Astor's Travels. What kind of travels, you ask? Let's get right into it. Astor, weirdly enough, you may not know this about him, but Mr. Astor is a world traveler. He's been all over. In fact, I have the pictures to prove it. Right here, this is me at the very top of Lion's Head. It's a mountain in South Africa. As you can see, I can look out across the entire southern part of the continent, which is pretty incredible. But that's not the only place I've been. I've been all over. One of the things that I encountered in South Africa, one of my favorite places to go, is that the currency is much different than what you get in the United States. The rand, which is the currency of South Africa, operates at about a 7 to 1 ratio, 7.05 rand for every 1 US dollar, which was great for me when I traveled there because my US dollar went a little bit further. But it's hard to convert some of these dollars to rand to dollars, to know exactly how much you're spending at every opportunity. This is a very important skill, especially when your money is how much access you have to things you want in whatever country you're in. So today, we're going to talk about dimensional analysis and changing dollars to rand and rand to dollars. This is me over here with one of my new friends that I made in South Africa. Today's learning target is learning target 3.3. I can discuss how to convert between two related units and explain how to complete a multi-step conversion problem involving unrelated units. Beautiful. First things first, how do we convert between units? This is a skill that requires a little bit of knowledge, and the one thing you definitely have to know is you have to know what conversion factors are. Conversion factors are essentially an entity we use to convert between two different units. It allows us to take dollars and turn them into rand, or rand to turn them into dollars. So now I can know exactly how much of my US money, how much is that worth in South Africa, or vice versa. Now, conversion factors work very simple. What you have right here is your conversion factor. The number that you have, say I started out with, $25. If I had $25 and I were over here, 25 US dollars, 25 US dollars, and I am trying to convert that into rand, I need to take the units that I want, which are rand, right, and put that over the units that I have, which are US dollars. So I'll just put a dollar sign, because that's easier to deal with. Now, the conversion factor is how many dollars correspond to how many rand. And I know that the correspondence is 7.05 rand for every 1 US dollar. Now, if we have a little math refresher, we remember that when you have units on the top and the bottom, you can just cancel them out. So in this case, if I were to take this right here, these two dollar signs would cancel out. And I'd be left with 25 times 7.05 over 1. What's the answer to that? Let's find out. 25 times 7.05. And I'm left with 176 rand, which is great. My number with new units, 176.25 rand. Now I know exactly how much rand I'm going to get for my 25 US dollars. This is a very valuable skill. So let's talk. Here, say we have $15. We want to convert $15 to cents. We're going to take that $15. We know there's 100 cents in every $1. We put dollars on the bottom, and since dollars are on the top and the bottom, they cancel out, leaving us with 15 times 100, or 1,500 cents in $15. So you can do this for pretty much anything. I want you to give this one a shot right here, this table talk. Convert 250 centimeters to inches. Remember that the conversion factor here is that there's 1 inch equals 2.54 centimeters. When you're done with that one, we're going to get right into multi-step conversions. Now, multi-step conversions involve taking one unit and putting it through a series of conversion factors to get the final unit that we really want to see. And it works like this. Say we have 3 hours, and I want to know how many seconds are in an hour. Can you tell me how many seconds are in an hour? I don't know necessarily. So I'm going to set up conversion factors for changing hours to minutes, something I do know, there's 60 minutes in an hour, and then turning minutes into seconds, which are also 60 seconds in a minute. So I set up two conversion factors here. The hours cancel out because they're top on bottom. The minutes cancel out because they're both on the top and the bottom. And I'm left with 3 times 60 times 60, or 10,800 seconds in 3 hours. If you're still a little confused, give this one a shot right here. How many days are there in 525,000 seconds? And remember that 1 day equals 24 hours, 1 hour equals 60 minutes, and 1 minute equals 60 seconds. I'm going to give you a little bit of help by helping you set this up. The first thing you want to do, make sure you know your conversion factors and you know what you're starting with and what you want. So we have 525,000 seconds. Cool. Seconds. Let's give it an S. And I know I need to convert seconds into days. But I don't know seconds to days. I know seconds to minutes. So I'm going to put 1 minute up on top. 1 minute. And that's for every 60 seconds. And then seconds are going to cancel out. But I need to keep going, right? I don't want minutes. What I want? Days. Well, I don't know how many minutes there are in a day, but I know how many minutes there are in an hour. So I'm going to take 1 hour and give myself 60 minutes. And I now see that minutes are going to cancel out. And now let's go to days. I know that there are, in every 1 day, there are how many hours? That's right, 24 hours. So seconds cancel out, minutes cancel out, hours cancel out, and you get your answer. So here's some practice problems to get you going, some whiteboard race problems. Ready? You're going to want to convert 500 minutes into seconds, question numero uno. You're going to want to convert 5 dozen donuts into how many donuts you have. This is extremely important because you got to know how hungry you're going to be. 14 cups of water into gallons. 32 cups of solution into how many gallons you have. Remember, we have cups into gallons. How many minutes are there in 1 year? There's actually a song to help you remember this, but I want you to try and do it the math way. When you're done, you can give yourself a shot at the balancing equations quiz. Complete it about 20 minutes. And get ready to try Mr. Astor's World Traveler Stations. They're pretty simple. You just got to follow along with me as I travel around the world, converting currencies, obviously, to try and pay for food and rooms and rent and other necessary commodities. I go from USA to South Africa to Zambia. That's the part you should get to at least in day 1. After that, complete the rest of it, Zambia all the way to China. And you can find all of those on Mr. Astors Travels Word document. And if the whole class finishes the stations, I'll show you the rest of my traveling pictures. But for now, let's look at Mr. Astors Travels right here. We're going to go from South Africa to Botswana to Zambia to Swaziland to Zimbabwe to China to Thailand to Cambodia, and then convert it all back to US dollars. Good luck, ladies and gentlemen. I hope this helped. Here's a little sneak peek of some of my pictures from my travels around the world if you want to check those out. Ooh, look at my beautiful, beautiful campus of Cape Town, University of Cape Town. Check these out. Give yourself a shot at this exit slip, and I hope this helped.